Hi, let's just make an app with ChatGPT. So, I do a lot of coding and I know about things, but I just wanted to give a try to use ChatGPT and basically the free version, bear in mind. So, using that, I wanted to create an app and that will be solely told me by the AI. I won't be doing anything that I know of. I'll do each and everything that ChatGPT tells me to do. So let's get started. Okay, so it started giving me the things that I need to do. So I've done a few things. I've created the project. It told me to create a project and I already did that. So now I'll just copy the things that it told me and paste it in here in the dependencies, save. Okay, so it told me the project structure, so I'll just do that as well. And in here, I'll just make config folder, make a new folder as data, make a new folder as controllers, and make a new folder as screens. And then we have another folder as widgets. So these will be the reusable views or like code that we will be using in the app. So I've already added the pubspec.yaml file in the sorry, getx in the pubspec.yaml file. So now it's giving me the code for the home screen. I'll just do that, copy that, paste it in here, and now I'm seeing this error. So in the screens, what I'll do is I'll use exec structure that told me. So I just use that, use auth, then use home, then upload, and then I'll use profile. Okay, so now in the auth, I want to use the login screen. So I'll use just login underscore screen dot. This is done. In the home screen, I'll just copy this code, home underscore screen dot, paste it in here. Okay, so the two things are done. Now what I'll do is I'll just comment this code out right now. Okay, so now the errors in my app are gone. So let's just keep this running as well. So just we so that we know exactly how, what we are doing in our app. So I'll just open the emulator. Okay, so the app is up and running, and this is what the ChatGPT uh, told me, and this is the UI that I just made. And if I click on the login button, it redirects me to the home screen. This is the home screen that it made. If I change it, for example, hey, this is Sickle Studios. So this is changing. So this is done. Now let's just proceed to what it tells me now. So okay, so what we need to do is copy the sign up screen, place it in the auth folder. This is done. What we need to do is update it in this as well. We have to set a route. This is done. Now, and in the login screen, change sign up button. So I'll just copy it, and in the login screen, rerun my app. Here we have this create an account. So we will change this create an account and add the function call to it. So it redirects us to the new creator screen. Create an account. So this is our sign up screen. Okay, now what we need is the profile screen. So I just copy it, profile underscore screen dot, paste it in here. This is done. The profile screen is done, and now what we will do is later we will create the fast API, but for now let's simulate with dummy data. Okay, so in the API service, I'll go in the data folder and create API underscore service dot, paste the code in here. Okay, so what we need to do is now I'm telling it to create the connections. So in the auth controller, it has made the login API, call to the login API and the sign up API. So I'll just copy this, go into the controllers. See, the path is controllers and the auth controller. So I'll just create a file auth underscore controller dot, paste it in here. This is done. The next thing is changing the login screen. So in the login screen, it had no connection, but now we are going to make a connection to the login screen. So I'll just change my login screen, and now it has a connection to our auth controller that I just created. Also in the sign up screen, I'll go into the sign up screen, change this sign up screen from this to the call to the function, the sign up function. Then in the profile screen, I'll copy this code, go into the profile screen, change it here. This is done. Okay, so now what we need to do is we have done the like dummy connection of the login and sign up. The authentication state, that is, if the user logs in, it should stay logged in. The user shouldn't be prompted to log in again when the app is when the app closes. So this is done. The profile in the profile screen, the logged in user is showing up, and the logout button is working. So this is done. Now what we need to do is we'll create a wallpaper grid. So I'll just tell it to, yes, so I'll just tell it to move and tell me how to like actually get the APIs and all. So sorry, the wallpapers. So in the API service, it told me that we will use unsplash random images as placeholders for now. So for now, it's using random images, and I'll just go into the API service and change this fetch wallpapers with this. Okay, and now in the home, so I don't have a home controller, so let's just create it. Home controller dot start, copy this and paste it in here. Then we will create a home screen. I don't have one. Sorry, I have one. Sorry, I just misinterpreted. So the home screen is updated. Let's just check how the home screen looks. Okay, so the images that I added over here, that they weren't loaded because of the internet issue or something like that. Because if you see in here, we have this error widget, and this only occurs when there is an error fetching the images. Okay, so this is done. I'll just leave it for now. Okay, do you want me to upload? Yes. The image picker is already added. So I'll just create an upload controller in the controllers file. Upload controller dot, and then in the upload screen UI, go to the upload and create an upload screen dot. Okay, so now this is done, and we will also need to link the home screen to the profile button. This already called over here, but the thing is that the profile, I just commented that, so I'll just do that as well. I'll call the upper screen as well as the profile screen. So let's just refresh the app, see this in the login. Sorry, the error comes up. If I click on the plus icon, it give me the upload. If I click on the pick image, I'll see the images. These are the images that I've downloaded from the internet. And when I click on the upload, it will just call the upload. Okay, so out controller not found, we need to call get dot put out controller. So let me just check the error in the profile screen. It tells me that the auth controller is not, so I'll just put it. So the issue is now gone. Now what I want to do is move to the backend functionality. So first is creating a detailed screen. I just copy the code that it gave me for the home screen. So it's not the complete code, it's just a part of the code. So this is the part of the code that it told me to change. This is done. Then a wallpaper detail screen. So it will be in the home wallpaper underscore detail underscore screen dot. This is done. I'll need to add it in the get pages in the main. So I'll do that as well. Import it. Okay, so what will happen is that when I click on it, it should like go into a new screen. But currently there is no image, and I'm having an issue with getting the images. So this error comes up. But in this case, I'm able to actually show the screen. Okay, so moving on. On the HTTP version of the sisters, and 6.2 isn't compatible with gallery services. So what I'll do is currently I'm not using the Google fonts, so I'll just comment it out, and then I'll just update it, and it should work. Okay, so the cache network image is also having an issue. The gallery server might be an old package, so let's just confirm it. Yeah, so it's an old package. What I can do is I'll tell. So before adding it, I'll just confirm that if this version is a new one. So, okay, so this version is a new one. I'll just copy it, and the gallery server, I'll just replace it. Press enter. Sorry. Okay, so now it's running. The Flutter pub-get is running. What I need to do is in the implementation, I have to go into the Android folder in app src main, and the manifest file I have to add this permission. Also I'll have to add another permission that I'll need. So this will be an internet permission. So let's just add it as well so that we don't forget it. This is done. And for iOS I don't have to bother it right now. So in the wallpaper detail screen, I'll update the code for the wallpaper detail screen. So I'll go in here, close everything else, import it. Okay, wallpaper manager Flutter. So and I'll change. Okay, so currently I am not facing any issue. I'll face an issue when my app is running currently. So I'll just have to close it and rerun the app so that the dependencies are downloaded. So now what I'll need to do is I'll move to the backend. So so it gave me another thing, and that will be to choose whether we want the wallpaper to be on the home screen or the lock screen or both screens. So I just Control F and change it to set wallpaper. Okay, so my issue is resolved. I'm going to create an account and to sign up. So now I'm not seeing any images, so let's just resolve this issue as well. Okay, so I've resolved the issue of that as well. If I click on this, I'm able to see the images. If I click on this, I'm able to see the images. So I'll go into the home screen. See, there is the wallpaper is this right now. If I click on set wallpaper, I'll check it set as home screen. Okay, so it's currently giving me an issue. I'll copy this and tell this exact issue to GPT and see what it comes with. So instead of changing the function again for the set wallpaper from file, I'll just tell it to change this code so that it changes my updated code and not gives me the code that was provided initially. So it hasn't changed that I changed already. I'll just save it, go back, press on the wallpaper, set wallpaper, set as home screen, and Okay, so the wallpaper has been changed. I just go back. Okay, let me just restart the app and see what it does. Let's just reopen the app, rerun the application and see what it does. And if there's an issue, we will ask GPT to resolve it. Okay, so the app is running. Create an account, sign up. Let's see this. So for example, I'll go into this, set as wallpaper, set as home screen wallpaper. Okay, it's getting stuck. So what it's doing is that it's changing the wallpaper, but it's getting stuck. So I guess we have our required functionality. Now we will just move to the backend. So I'll just tell it go to the, and if there is um, an issue, then we will just resolve that along our coding. Okay, so okay, so currently I have Fast API and Ubicon installed. So I'll just skip this command. I'm using Python to actually do this. So I've just created a folder and I'll create a new file, and this will be a Python file. Or I can just go in here and create main.py. Okay, minimize it for now. So we have a file called main.py. I've already done that, so I'll just paste it in here. And then what I need to do is go into the terminal. Let me just clear it. Okay, so my server is up and running. I'll just open it. Okay, so we have this message: the wallpaper app backend is running, so we're good to go. So it means that our server is running. I'll run these commands. So it's not a good way to actually run the command directly. You should always use an environment. I'm not currently doing that, but it's always best to use the models, sorry, the environments. So I've run the command that it told me to, and now it's downloading the required packages. So this is done. Now I need to create database.py file. Database.py will save this. Okay, and now I'll create a models file. Models.py. Copy it, paste it in here. Now there is a schemas.py file, so I'll just create a schema.py. Now there's an auth file, auth.py. Then we have to update the main.py file. So use this. Now what we need to do is and what we need to do is update. Okay, so we've got this error. It says name fast API is not defined. What I'll do is I'll copy the error that just came up, paste it in here, and tell it that this is the error. Okay, okay, so the application startup was successful. It means that the error has been resolved. If I do this, there's nothing because for the empty there is nothing that we need. So what I'll do is, instead of just hitting it directly, I'll go to the Swagger. So we have these two APIs, username and this login API. So what I'll do is also, since your pattern will be true, you need to replace to true in schemas.py file from attributes. Okay, so I'll just do that as well. It told me in the schemas, what I need to do is in the user response int username config. Okay, so change this line to from attributes. Okay, and this is working. So I'm seeing the API is able to respond. So for example, if I name it SQL, name it as test at the rate of gmail.com, and then give it again test and see if it works. So I'll just refresh my. Okay, password cannot be longer than 72 bytes, truncate manually if necessary. So what I'll do is copy this code again and see what is the issue. So there's an issue in our main file. I'll change the sign up function, and for most real apps, we enforce password length to 8 to 32 characters with validation in schemas.py file. Example with Pydantic. Okay, so I'll just use this as well in the schemas. Use a create. Okay, and now I'll do test, and it told me that the password is too short. So for example, I'll just say test123, execute. Okay, so I'm still receiving the same error. What I'll do is tell GPT about this again and see what it does. And also tell what was the password that I gave. Okay, so it told me to change dependency. So I'll just clear it. Okay, and in the update dot in the main.py file, I'll just update. PWD context. So this is already imported. I don't need to do it again. The app is running, server is running up again. Okay, so now we had the success, sickle, username sickle, and the password, the user is created. Now we can move forward and create the other APIs to actually get the app working. So currently we have the login and sign up, and it's telling me that if I want to move forward. So yeah, I'll do that, and I'll just tell it yes. Okay, so now it will just give me an access token and all each and everything so that I can use that. This API will be used to just get my information and to verify if the user is correct or not. Okay, so what I need to do is where we create PWD context. I have changed it already, so I don't need to do that. Other than that, is creating the create access token. So in the auth.py, the create access token is already done. I'll just add this verify function. Okay, and now in the main.py file, I'll add this as well. The From the auth, it was already getting the create access token, so I'll just remove it and get the verify token and oauth2 dot scheme. Okay, so currently it cannot import the verify token from my auth file because it's not saved. So I've saved it and now it's working, and now it's done. So our login, sign up, and we are fetching the current user is done. Now I'll do is proceed to the APIs for creating the for uploading the wallpapers and to getting the wallpapers in the explore screen. Okay, so it gave me below. I'll add that. I've already done that, so the requirement is satisfied. I'll close it. And meanwhile, in the models.py, we'll add a model for the wallpaper. So I'll do that. Okay, and closing the server, I just close it and open a new PowerShell window. Now, the other thing is to go into the schemes, sorry, the schemas.py file and upload the schema, basically add the schema for the wallpapers. So I'll do that. This is done, and then in the main.py file, I'll make the API for the wallpapers. So go into this, and in here I have just me, and after this I'll just add this. Okay, so the wallpaper response is not defined, and what I need to do is go into the schemas, and from the schemas import the wallpaper response. So I just copy it and get the wallpaper schema over here. So this is done. I'll just okay, so file is not found, which is the part exactly in here. Okay, so file is not found. I need to import as well. So in here, import this, import the OS, and then from the fast API, what I need to do is import the upload file and upload file as well as file. Okay, so now the error is gone, and I should be able to get the wallpapers running. So I'll just go into this, and I have the two of these wallpapers that I can upload over here. So I've selected a file from my system, and I'll name it studios. So currently it's uploading the wallpaper, and this is the not authenticated username. So the username was sickle and the password was chess123, and if I execute it, I'm getting this access token. So what I need to do next is copy this access token, and in here go to authorize and give the value authorize, and this is done. Now the next thing is to upload the file. So this will be used to upload the wallpaper. So I just added an image from my system, and now I'll give it a title, execute it. Okay, so now we have this error, and this error is coming from the wallpapers API. So this is the wallpaper API, and the error is coming because of the verified token. So I'll just give it to it GPT. So in the auth file, what it's telling me is to change. Okay, I'll try the execution again, and the file is saved. You can see we are having a 200 hold. And if I go into the uploads and see the images over here, was the image that I uploaded, and it's giving me the ID of the user. So this was uploaded by user one, so this is the ID of that user. So this is working. Now what I can do is go into the get and press the execute. So I'm getting this image, right? So this process is done. We can now move to the users, sorry, in the app side, and integrate these APIs. So what I'll do is, so I can move to the Flutter side. The DO is already done, and what I can do is in the API service. So what it did was that it didn't tell me to actually use any any variable to basically set the base URL, and so that we can use the URL from there. So what I'll do is I'll give it to this, and also update the necessary. So I'll just ask it to add the um, saving of access token so that it can be used later. Also, I'll need to check that based on the access token, I'll be checking that if I have the time and if my access token is not expired, then the user should be allowed to log in, else the user should be logged out and asked to log in again. So I'll add that functionality in this as well, um, within the API, so that the API sends me the time to live of the access token. So I'll add that as well. But first I'll just ask it to add the functionality of saving the access token, as well as making a check that if the user is logged in, as well as if I have the access time in the access token, then I should be allowed to use the app, else I should be logged out. So I'll that as well. Okay, so I've asked it to send me, basically tell me the time in which the API will expire. So I just give it that and go into my backend folder, go into the main and sorry, yeah, in the main and check in the login that I should be able to get the expires at time. So I'll do that. Okay, so the router is not defined. What I'll do is that basically it changed the position of the app, sorry, the API, and I'm not changing that, so I'm just getting it in here. So create access to expire, and this is this. So what I'll do is I'll give it the main file and ask it to change it in here. Okay, it's done. I'll just copy the login, paste it in here. Working, and in here I have to get this time delta. Okay, so now it's working, and if I just go into my login, check it again and see, it's giving me the exact time that my token will expire. So currently it's 28/9 to 2025. So it's 28/9 2025, and the time will be 17:50:13. So okay, so the time should be different. Currently it's giving me time. I guess it's giving me time on the basis of the ISO format. Yeah, it's doing me the ISO format. So what I ask it to do is that it should give me the current time, but well, I'll do that later. It's not a big deal. Also, I'll just change the time that it should live. So basically, the total time that it should be alive. And what I'll do is go into days, and I'll just give it 100 days. So in this case, I'll have the next time to live from like 100 days from now. So if I just execute it now, currently it's 28/9/2025, and now it's 6/1/2026. So I have a lot of time. Currently it's for the purpose of testing, so that I don't have to log in again and again, but it's a good practice to change the token time when the app is live. So I'll just do that later. So it gave me the API service for the app, so I'll just change this function as well. And what's the issue? Okay, so in the home controller, it's giving me list dynamic can be assigned to the variable. Okay, so what, I'll just give the API the function and ask it to change. Okay, so it gave me two options. So the second option is a much better approach. So I'll do that. And so currently I was not creating any models. So what I'll just do is models and go into the models and create wallpaper underscore model, paste it in here, and then I'll use this. So I'll update the API service, and while fetching the wallpapers, what I'll do is use this. So now this is working, and now the fetch wallpaper is working. I'll like returning a list of wallpapers. So I don't my variable expects here a type of string, so I'll just change it to wallpaper, and it should work fine. Now in the image URL, it was currently a string. So now the image URL is a type of wallpaper object. So what I'll do is I'll just rename it to wallpaper, or the best approach that I think is to you make it model, and from the model what I'll do is I'll just get the file path. Okay, so my app is up and running, and what I'll do is I'll just restart my application. So it's the new data, create an account, go into the sign up button. Okay, so the connection error failed, and the error will be that my emulator is unable to reference to itself. So currently the path and to my backend is not defined, right? And if I try to give this 127.0.0.1, it will actually try to get to itself. So for example, I'll just show you. I'll just copy this, paste it in here, and if I try to access it, I'm unable to access it. So to actually get it running when it's like when I want to access it through the sim emulator, what I need to do is I need to use the IP config, get my current URL, so sorry, current IP, and then host that IP, sorry, host the server on that specific IP. So what I'll do is I'll rerun my backend server. So I'll just create a new instance. My server is now running at 0.0.0. So the next thing I want to do is I'll get my current IP. So this is my IP address. And now what I do is go into this and then dots. Sorry, I need to also give the port as 8000. So now I'm getting the backend for the wallpaper app. So this is done. What I need to do now is go into my API service, and in here I'll give a path. Sorry, it should be docs. This is my emulator now, an app. Okay, so it's still giving me the error. So instead of trying to get it working again, I'll just try to go into Chrome, paste this, just go into docs. See that if I am able to get to the docs, and if I'm able to get to the docs, that means that our server is accessible in the emulator, and then we can proceed in the app. Okay, so you can see that I'm able to get to Swagger. So it means that our server is accessible. So what I need to do now is go into this and remove this and see that how is my, okay, so it's working fine now. It should work fine now. So let's just see what happens by going to create account, sign up. And the TO, okay, so it took me a bit of debugging, but I came to the point that the error was coming. The reason is that my fetch wallpapers API that I just created in the backend requires a token, but currently I don't have a token because I haven't logged in to the app. So what I'll do is go into the main, change the initial route to login, restart the app, and then I'll just create, sorry, sickle at the rate of sickle. The name was sickle and the password was test123. Now if I log in, okay, so in the login I'll just see what's the error. What is this? Okay, so the data I need to send is this. What I'll do is, instead of bluffing around, I'll just see the Swagger and see how it's sending the data. So the content type is JSON content type. The content type should be JSON content type because when the backend in here, it's requiring application JSON, and now if I should just give the username and this is the password, this 123, I should be able to log in. So this API in the controller file, it's giving me some errors, but it's fine because if you see in here the login response, I'm able to get the access token. So the name should be access token. And currently my login API in the control, sorry, the login function in the controller, the auth controller is already saving the, what we call that, the token and all, but it's not required, so I'll just remove that later. But for now, it's fine, it's nothing wrong. So the login is done. What I need to do is I just go into the home screen and I should be able to see the wallpapers. So you can see that I have seen this wallpaper, and this is the path. So it means that I was able to get the wallpaper from the API, and if I just go to the API, I should see this. So you can see that there was a get uh, API, and it was the wallpapers API. So the wallpapers API has returned the API, the data, and now what I need to do is actually show this wallpaper. So the reason it's not showing up is because that it's only the path, and it's not the actual like location, the full URL. So what I need to do is I'll just create a constants, and constants folder. This is not the thing that the ChatGPT told me, but I know that this is a better approach. So what I'll do is class app URLs, and in here I'll just give it string base URL is equals to this, and it should be a static string so that I can reference it. And in here I'll just give it app URLs dot base URL, and then in my wallpapers screen what I need to do is, so I can do two things. First, I can just append the my URL when I'm getting the wallpapers response. So when I'm parsing the response over here, I can just like do that as well. So for example, if I get app URLs dot base URL plus this, so I should just get the image directly. So if I do that now, so I've already saved the tokens because I tried logging it in once. So I have the token stored. So I should be able to get the images. So if you see now, I have this, and when I'll just go into the wallpapers screen. So this is the home screen, and I'll just print my path. So wallpaper URL. So this is a way of just seeing that what is the wallpaper, sorry, the URL that is coming up. So if I have this, so this is the wallpaper that is, sorry, the path that is coming up. So you can see uploads, and there should be a slash. So what I'll do is go into the wallpapers model and add a slash over here. So I'll just simply add this, and then parse it again later. So now I'll just remove this. Okay, so the path is this, but now it's not showing the image. I'll just copy this, paste it in here, and see that now it's not showing up the image. So let's just figure it out. What could be the reason? Let's just ask GPT what could be the reason. So it's already forward, but it's still not doing this. Okay, so we actually need to mount the folder. So I'll go into this. We need to tell the file to explore the upper folder as a static directory. So in the main.py, I had the path to the uploads. So it's had already the directory, and I need to import the static files. And now it should work. So I'll just save it, check it again. Yeah, so now I'm able to get the image. Okay, and now what I need to do is you can see that my image is loading up. So I've uploaded this image. If I try to upload a different image, so I've selected a different image and I've named it Sigil Studios 2. Sorry, it shouldn't work because I haven't given the correct credentials. So what I'm trying to do is trying to log in again using the path, using the IP of my system. And then going into the wallpapers, try it out. I need to get the token, so this is done. And I guess I haven't actually selected the complete token, Studios 2, and I'll just select the file from my. So I've selected the file, and if I execute, this is done. So another file is uploaded. If I call the wallpapers API and do this, it should give me the exec path. So currently the path is wrong. So I'll ask GPT to change this because I don't actually want the whole path. I just want the path from my project folder. Okay, so I'll go into the backend code, and in here what I'll do is give the code as in whole and ask it to change. So it only gave me the changed code from here onward. So just remove it and add it in here. So attachment cannot include a backslash. Now it's running again. You see, I'm getting the path as upload dash secret studios 2. And if I go into the wallpapers, run my app again. So now the wallpaper is not a subtype of screen. This is because my initial detail screen was getting the image URL only. And now we have a model for the wallpaper. So this is the reason it's creating this issue. So what I'll do is go to the main and see where this path is being used. So in here, it's giving the model. So I'll go into my main file and the wallpaper's detail screen and see where is it getting the arguments. So this is the pace it's getting arguments. So currently it's expecting string. So what I'll do is change it to wallpaper model and now image URL dot file path, and also in here it should expect the file path as well as in here. So as you can see, I'm able to get the exact image. Also, if I click on this, sorry, if I go into this and create the set wallpaper set as home screen, so this is the same issue that was occurring on the emulator. And if I go into this, I'm able to see the wallpaper being set. So the wallpaper is already set in the app. So I can just like change its location and we're good to go. So our process of this is done, and now we will move forward to the profile as well as uploading our custom wallpapers from the app. Okay, so to moving on, the functionality to upload the image from my app, what we need to do is, I'll just open this code, and the code, what I want to do is, I'll go in the upload screen, and in here I have to start working. So first of all, I I have to see the API for uploading the wallpaper. So this is the API that I was using. So it takes the title as well as a file. So what I'll do is copy this code and images. Okay, so it's creating the upload controller. I don't have an upload controller over here. What I'll do is I'll create an upload controller. Currently, it only have this basic functions. What I'll do is copy this code and paste it in here, and what will it do is it will upload the images to the backend. So paste it in here, and what is the API? The API service, we call it. I already have the upload wallpaper function in this, so the upload wallpaper is done. Now in the screen, what I'll do is I'll copy the screen to the side, copy it, and paste it in the upload screen file. So it didn't change anything in the image section, but the back end of the it is already changed. I need to do two things. So basically I'll have to add permissions. These are the permissions that we need. So I'll go into the src main Android manifest, and in here I have to give two permissions. So the write external storage is already done. The read media is it's okay. So now what I'll have to do is I'll have to um, rerun the app, because if I click on this, okay, I already had the permission. So what I'll do is just copy an image. This will be the title, app test, and I'll click on upload. So the problem, it's the status code client error, the request cannot be fulfilled. The exception was shown because the response was the code status code of 422 while the status was configured to throw for the status code. So I'll check the backend. So what does the backend say about it? So if you see, the backend says that the file is an unprocessable entity. So so I'll tell GPT about this issue. I'll copy the code, paste it in here. So there's an issue with the upload controller function, and sorry, the upload wallpaper function, and I'll check the upload wallpaper function. So the problem is from data.from app, and it's the sending the file is from data. Okay, I'll add this as well. Let's see what it does again. Okay, cannot retrieve length of the file, this, and okay, so now it's not able to upload the file because it's not able to get the path of it. So I'll copy this, paste it in here. Okay, so what I'll do is select the file again, the app test, close it, upload. Okay, it's the same error. It's the same error. So before that, the file was actually removed from the memory of the emulator, so that's why this error came up. Okay, so it asked me to show it the upload function. So I'll give it the upload function. Okay, so the upload wallpaper is already giving the title, and the file is already giving the file and the okay, so instead of copying the whole thing, I'll just copy this and tell exactly what's the issue. So this is the file path, and from the file path, upload. Okay, the file is again removed. Okay, the expression was also. I'll give the function that is being used in the controller. Okay, so it gave me the function to change in the API service. I'll do that. I'll pick the image again because the image will be changed. Okay, the exception was on. Instead of changing the whole thing in the function, I'll just change it to this and import the form directly. The server has already started up. I can check it again. The file was uploaded successfully. So the issue was of the title. The backend was expecting a simple string, but I was giving the form. So when I changed it to the form uh, from the fast API, it worked. Okay, so if I refresh the app, currently it doesn't have the functionality. I'll do that. You can see I have this. So this was the image that I uploaded again. To make sure the thing is working, I can do it again. And like test app, upload it. The file is uploaded. If I go to the backend, refresh it, the image is over here. So now it's working. This can also be verified from the backend. You can see the files are uploaded over here in the uploads folder. So that's what I wanted in my server. So this functionality is done. Now what I want to do is I want to go into the profile and I want to see my name, my image, and I should be able to edit it from here, as well as I should be able to get only my wallpapers that are uploaded by me over here. So what I'll do is tell GPT what I need. Okay, so now I have two functions. The first function I have to change in the backend, so I just remove this, and in here I'll add this. So the end, it's the function to get all the information of the user that I'm currently logged in, and the next is to update the current user. Should it need it because I've already imported that. And then what I need to do is go into, I'll save the server was started successfully. Okay, so now I'm in the API service. In the API service, I have to add two more functions, and in the auth controller, I'll add two functions, or I can just say it as user controller. So just to distinguish it, as so I'll I'll write just this by myself. So as user controller gets controller. I need to import. So instead of writing it by myself, I'll just import it directly. Okay. Okay, so I'll just remove this user controller because it's already taking the username from the auth controller. So I'll just use that for now and ignore everything else. So instead of writing this, I'll just set it to auth controller because it will take less time. I'll delete. Okay, so this is done, and now I'll update the profile screen. Okay, so in the profile screen, fail to load exception. The exception also static code 500. Okay, so I was able to get the path of the images, the path of the wallpapers, but for some reason there was some issue. I go in again. Profile load failed. The exception is on. Okay, so I'll have to check the backend to see exactly what is happening. Okay, user object has no attribute profile picture. So in my models, the user has no picture. Get rid of this and just copy this, paste it in here. In here, the profile picture was required, but I didn't add it before, so I'll just add this. And okay, so I'll just leave it for now. And in the endpoint, this endpoint should work now. So I'll go to the app. Go back. Okay. I think I haven't restarted. Okay, so I've started the server again. Okay, so now the problem is that I don't have a column in my database for um, the profile pictures because I hadn't added before. So what I'll do is I'll tell it okay, so just leave it the main. So I'll just give it um add add a table, sorry, add a column in my local DB. Okay, so now what I can do is I can create another TV, but the problem is that my user and all this data that I currently have will be lost. So what I'll do is that for now I'll just ignore the profile image, and at the end I'll make it clear, and I'll start a new database and do run migrations to actually add the column in the database. So for now, I'll just leave it and ask it to remove this. So now when I go into the app, I should be able, let me just confirm. Okay, actually it's using my model, so I'll remove the model from here as well. I've saved it. Now it should work. Okay, so it's working now. Um, Instead of going through all the stuff that I like already did over here to see the images, I'll tell it to use exactly the same style as in my home screen. So copy this. Mm, so in the profile and screen, also. So what I did was that the screen that I'm using, the widgets that I'm using over here, will I want it to be recreated for the profile as well, so that all the struggle that I went through to get the images in the home screen, I won't have to do this again, and just that I'll use the simple code and put it over here. So code is completed. So in the profile screen, the code it gave me was half, so I told it to give me the complete code that I can use directly in the profile screen. So I think I prefer this response. Copy it. So I don't have a profile controller yet, but I do have the auth controller. So yeah, I'll use the auth controller. Okay, so change all the things. What I'll do is copy it. So we created the profile controller again. I will give us. copy the code from the home screen again. Okay. Um, the images are not showing up in here. So well, I'll see what I was doing in the home screen. Controller.wallpapers, add was wallpaper. Okay, so in the wallpapers, there is data coming off the sorry, in the load profile, the data is coming off the wallpapers. This is already right, but what I'll do is that it's currently not the model of wallpapers. I'll just check that if it works with the wallpaper model, and if it does, then what we can do is that assign type as wallpaper. Okay, and, okay, I'll try that again. Let's see what it does. Okay, there was issue, so the file was not saved. I'll do the same thing that I was doing over here. Model dot file path. Okay, so I still received the issue. First of all, the assets were not found, so it wasn't able to get the show the images. Wasn't able to get the show the images. Or okay, so I have received the error. The error is that the data that I changed for the profile, it's not working directly. So if I go into the controller.wallpapers, the wallpapers data that is coming from the load profile, this data is not the type of wallpaper model. So what I'll do is open my backend, and in here see what I am sending in the wallpaper, and I'll also see get wallpapers. So what I'll do is I'll copy these two, ask GPT. Okay, so I think I was a bit wrong, and that it was already sending the data. So instead of that, what I do is wallpapers is equals to dot this value is equals to data, then remove it, and I think I should be able to get it working now. Type null is not a subtype of string. So let me just see exactly where was this issue coming. Sorry, the type null is not a subtype of int. So there are two places that the error could be coming up. One is the uploaded by and the ID. So if I see my backend code, you see that the error is coming from the uploaded by. So what I can do is I can make it nullable, and in this case, then it should work. So you see, I made it nullable, and now the image is loading up. So I have my profile already here. I need to work on the UI a bit, but it's fine for now. You see, I have the uploaded images already here. The reason being that all these four images are showing up over here is that it's the same user that I've been using. So all these images are showing up over here. I can add the assets over here, and this will work. But for now, it's fine. So our upload functionality is working, our profile is working. So I guess it's fine for now, and I guess we can make whole applications just by using ChatGPT, and I think all these things can be a bit can be made a bit better, and there's a lot of things to be worked on. But for now, this is fine, and that we can proceed with the uploads as well. So I think that that is fine for now. So that's all from my side, and I would love to see your reaction on this, and I would love to see your opinions on this. Uh, Thank you.